So I'm trying to plan the trip of a lifetime, potentially. We're in Santiago for another 10 days or so, and then we're going up to the coast to Valparaiso and Viña del Mar, and then to Buenos Aires for our suitcases. Now, Buenos Aires, Dana wants to stay a long time in Buenos Aires. I'm not a fan of Buenos Aires. I think it's very overpriced, incredibly expensive for what you get. And I didn't really warm too much to the people in Buenos Aires, so I'm not a huge fan. But Dana wants to stay a little bit longer, so we're going to argue about this before booking the Airbnb. But after Buenos Aires, what do we want to do after Buenos Aires? This is the big question. What we think at the minute is getting a bus to Cordoba, then going to Salta, Tilcara, and going through northern Argentina and seeing the mountains up there. The nature looks incredible. Argentina is very, very hard work. Very hard work. Getting cash is difficult. A lot of people only accept cash. It's very expensive. But it has to be one of the most beautiful countries on earth. So we want to do northern Argentina, all via bus, because we've got way too much luggage, and planes, when they start overcharging you for the overpacking your bags, it gets expensive. Then we want to do a border crossing into Bolivia, go to Tupiza for a few days and do the Uyuni Salt Tour, which is a 3-4 day tour. Then go back to Tupiza and then go to Sucre in Bolivia. Spend a month in Sucre and reset, catch up on editing, catch up on filming, give Dana a good chance to get some work done. I can answer, this is stop and sort of reset, catch up on work, and jiu-jitsu, because in this little run, I'm probably going to train jiu-jitsu twice a week in some of the places, maybe, but probably looking at once a week. Then, after Sucre, we're looking at Cochabamba, I think it's called, and La Paz. Then Copacabana, and this isn't the Copacabana where we lived in Rio de Janeiro for 6 months. Me a year, Dana 6 months. This is Copacabana in Bolivia, which looks nice, very good things, but stay there for a few days. And then cross over into Peru, do a couple of weeks in Cusco, see Machu Picchu, the Sacred Valley, all that. This will be an expensive phase, so YouTube best be doing well at this point. Then we've got a month in Arequipa, 3 days in Ica, a week in Lima. I've already been to Lima, wasn't a huge fan. I didn't put that on my list of overrated cities. But yeah, Lima, wasn't a huge fan. And then a place called Juarez, which looks beautiful. Not Juarez in Mexico, this is Juarez in Peru. Huaraz, if you want to look on Google Images. Looks absolutely breathtaking. Stop there for 3 weeks, again, get some jiu-jitsu in, do all the hiking. Then go up the coast of Peru, Trujillo, Mancara, and see all the coast with all the beaches up that side. And then cross into Ecuador. Get an overnight bus if we can to Cuenca. Spend a month in Cuenca. Again, another reset. Catch up on work, catch up on jiu-jitsu. Relax, spend a bit less money, cook at home. Get some good interviews in. Then Baños for the nature in Colombia. Then finish in Quito, the capital of Colombia. And for the days I've got planned in each place, giving me 7 extra days. So if we like a place or have a coach cancelled or whatever, need to stay another day, get sick, whatever reason, we've got 7 days extra to use. If we spend only a week in Buenos Aires, this is 223 days, and this will finish on December the 23rd. Then we can fly to Bogotá, fly to Riohacha, spend Christmas and New Year with Dana. I think Dana's family. I think her sister's coming back from Barcelona, so we can spend that time there with them. Go and see La Alta Guajira with Dana's sister and her husband. They're good company, so we can go and travel up the north of Colombia with them. And then start again next year with the similar kind of trip in Mexico. So all in all, it'll be like a year and a bit's travelling. Do Mexico all through Central America. Not really planned this just yet. We can get to this when we get to it. Finish in Panama and then spend a few days in Panama and then get a direct flight back to Rio de Janeiro. This is what we're thinking as of now. But we're open to ideas, open to changing. But Buenos Aires and Cordoba are pretty much set. We just need to agree on the time on Cordoba, and then we'll take it from there. It should be an interesting trip. Hopefully I'll be able to film a lot more of these videos. Instead of being in the boring apartment, I can do it in the nature, on the buses, in interesting places, border crossings. So it should be a good opportunity to see a lot of the world, a lot of Latin America. What else? So yesterday, I'm filming yesterday's video the day after, on the 26th. Yesterday, talking about the 25th. I basically spent the day researching this. Dana went to yoga. Done some damage to my rib doing jiu-jitsu. Don't know exactly what I've done, but it hurts even to stretch. It hurts. You can probably hear it in my voice. I have to sort of sit like this. So I didn't go to jiu-jitsu yesterday. I think I'm going to go tomorrow regardless. And then we went to a karaoke bar. I'll add a video at the end of Dana singing. She loves karaoke. I don't sing, but Dana loves it. So yeah, that was the 25th. I'm going to leave that there. Any suggestions for the travelling, let me know. I'm going to be doing a diary every single day throughout the trip, from planning it, what we're packing, where we're going. So yeah, an interesting trip. Around 223 days, 7 and a bit months. All overland. Should be fun. So yeah, leave it there. Like I said, let me know in the comments.